Guys who go like, oh, you buy her flowers, you're such a simp. You make her dinner, you're simping too.
Tas nagubad, tas ang laki nung titi talaga.
From a male's perspective, from a male's opinion, how do we feel about garters and tights with casual clothing? Is that weird? Is it doing too much? Or is it like sultry? Is it like, whoa, whoa? From a male's
Isn't WhatsApp owned by Meta? Yes, it is. Isn't Meta known for not taking privacy particularly seriously? That's also true. But with even the FBI recommending that people use end-to-end encrypted communications to protect themselves from Chinese spies who have recently hacked American telecom networks, now's probably a good time to really answer this question. I'm Andrew Kautz, Senior Editor of Security and Investigations at Wired. WhatsApp is a chat app that you can use to chat with anybody around the world. They have more than 1 billion users, and it has a ton of features. You can contact businesses, friends, groups. Anybody you want to chat with is probably going to be on WhatsApp, especially if you're outside the United States. So the main benefit to WhatsApp is that it has a big network. WhatsApp also offers end-to-end encrypted chats. This allows you to communicate with anybody really privately. It means that WhatsApp, Meta, none of them have access to your communications. They can't turn those communications over to any governments or police. The tech WhatsApp uses to encrypt its messages is called the Signal Protocol. This was developed by people at the Signal Foundation, which also offers its own app called Signal. The difference between WhatsApp and Signal, even though they use the same encryption protocol, WhatsApp collects a ton of metadata. If you just read their privacy policy, you'll see that all the information that surrounds a message, not the contents of the message itself, are collected by Meta or could be shared among Meta companies, including Facebook and Instagram. This information includes hardware model, operating system information, battery level, signal strength, app version, browser information, mobile network, connection information, including phone number, mobile operator or ISP, language and time zone, IP address, device operations information, and identifiers. That's a whole lot of data to be collecting around something that's supposed to be private. Signal, on the other hand, is a much more private option. They do not collect any of that information. All they have is their phone number when you sign up for the app. Other apps like Apple's iMessage, as well as FaceTime audio and video calls, those are also end-to-end encrypted. But for that gold standard in security and privacy, use Signal and don't worry about anything else. Isn't what...
Sa tingin mo kapag binigyan
Nabiktima umano ng isang malawakang data.
Okay, while everybody's out there restarting their whole lives on RedNote, here I am restarting my whole life on TikTok. I'm from Canada, so the ban doesn't affect us. My old channel has not been growing for like over a year. Literally, no matter how consistent, how hard I try, no matter how much I post, whatever I post, after so many tries, I'm like, you know what, that's it, I give up. So now I'm making a completely brand new TikTok and hopefully it reaches a brand new audience. And hopefully it actually grows too. TikTok, please do not fail me this time. Okay, while everybody...
Can we get these extra soldiers? I'm gonna pop some tag.
For me, it's still miraculous how we...
Hey, it's an American. This is awkward. I truly just had a panic attack and started crying and yelling at my phone to, and I quote, give it back. So I didn't know how much I was in the claws of addiction until then. This is awkward. I tried using a VPN and now I'm back. I spent hours downloading my videos and they're still here. Now, can I post? I don't know. Is this illegal? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But I'm gonna try. I would use this as a PSA to other Americans, but I don't know if they've figured this out. Because there was some question, to be fair, to Americans of whether this would work, how the ban was. But yeah, I'm here. Hey, I know I said goodbye and like cried in a video, but I'm here. So I don't want to be like invasive, but I'm gonna stay if that's okay. Hey.
Sometimes I get a good feeling. I got yeah.
In 19
1999 in Illinois, an elderly woman's driver's license expired. The woman really didn't want to lose her license, even though her reaction time was so slow that she definitely shouldn't have been driving. Her son John decided not to argue with her and took her to the driving exam instead, where she was certain to fail. He escorted his mother to the car, helped her get inside, and then made his last mistake. He stepped away from the car and stood directly behind it, just 5 meters from a brick wall. The test began. It's important to note that back then, not all states required instructor side pedals, and this particular car didn't have them. The woman started the engine, stepped on the gas, but put the car in the wrong gear. The car went backward. The woman panicked and she pressed the gas pedal even harder. Standing behind the car, John didn't have time to jump out of the way, and the car crushed him against the wall. The instructor, in an attempt to regain control, broke his finger, but poor John wasn't as lucky. He spent several days in intensive care but didn't make it in the end. In 1999 in Illinois.
So this guy was banned by Microsoft for having an inappropriate name under his account. But little did Microsoft know they'd accidentally messed up big time. You see, Josh Moore had been trying to play on his Xbox one day when he was shocked to realize his account had been suspended. As it turns out, Josh had said he was from Fort Gay, which violated Xbox's offensive names policy. But the only problem was Josh really was from Fort Gay. It was actually a tiny town of just 800 people in West Virginia. But although Josh simply told Microsoft this, they just refused to believe him. Even when Josh gave his zip code and said to Google his town's name, Microsoft still just wouldn't. They instead actually got mad at him for still trying to prank them and just threatened to delete his hard-earned account. They also threatened to keep his $300 in membership fees that he had paid for the next 2 years if he didn't change his location. But Josh was so frustrated by then that he just straight up went to the mayor of Fort Gay and asked for his help. But even when Mayor David Thompson reached out to Microsoft himself, they simply told him that his city's name didn't even matter since the word gay was inappropriate in any context. So Josh's ban caused him to miss an important COD tournament and his team lost without him. And it wasn't until a deeply offended Mayor Thompson went to the news that Microsoft finally admitted their error and apologized to Josh. So this guy was banned by Microsoft.
Let's go back to Sisu.
I'm here for literally no other reason other than to tell you that my gummy feels so good. And I'm gonna eat this piece of sourdough toast with so much butter on it. My mom texted me, hold on. Thursday works, see you at 8:30. I have breakfast with my parents once a week. Oh. I like to make sure that the crust really got it. So aesthetic I can be. My sister hates when people use the word aesthetic as an adjective. That is so aesthetic. Oh wait, no. Yeah, apparently something cannot be aesthetic. Aesthetic is a noun, so it's like you could have a roly-poly-oly aesthetic. Anybody remember Courage the Cowardly Dog? You done yet? Oh, it's gonna drip. You can see the weight of the butter and the way that it dangles. It just dripped. The salt. That was so good.
No homeless people in China, because in China, even though you are very poor, like you're a very poor person, and even though that your parents maybe have an old house inside the countryside, they have a old apartment inside the city somehow. And that house, that apartment, just paying zero tax to the government. We Chinese, we do not have property tax, housing tax. We also do not have a car tax. Like every year you need to renew a tag on your license in the United States, paying $250 something. No, no such thing. Once we own the car, we own the house, just no tax. We only pay tax when we buy it for one time. Okay, such like my apartment, $70,000. When I buy it, I only pay one time 1% of the tax. No